Good morning, Gasaholics. I'm Hot Rod Bob, and you've got Gas, the morning edition. And we're going to help you get that gas out nice and loud so everyone can hear you. Not that kind of gas. Do your neighbors give you dirty looks when you drive your car in your driveway or down the street? Does the performance of your car sound better now that you've changed those mufflers on your car? Do you love the sweet sound of the burbling notes from the engine coming out of your car out the back tailpipes? Bunky, if this has happened to you, then you're a gasaholic and we'll really like you. All right, glass pack mufflers. One of the first performance items many hot rodders put on their cars. Now, when I say hot rodders, it doesn't necessarily mean you've built a hot car or you've got a big muscle car. But glass packs, that's the equalizer. That is what makes your car part of the crowd. It gives it sound. It gives it tone. It gives it that feeling right to the seat of your pants. The butt dyno. Yes, that's the one. You put a glass pack on your car and you've got more horsepower. Oh, yeah, horsepower. Butt dynos never lie. Yeah, seat of your pants performance through a glass pack muffler? Well, yes and no. Glass pack mufflers have been around for a long time. Now, Cherry Bomb seems to think they were the inventors of the glass pack muffler in 1968. Now, they may have patented something, but they really didn't come out with a glass pack in 1968. They were out a lot longer than that. Go back to the 40s and 50s. I mean, this was a way to get a car sounding amazing. It would change the whole atmosphere around you. It would make the car sound like a performance vehicle. I had glass packs on my 1960 Falcon with a 144 cubic inch 6. Did it sound better? Oh, you bet. Did it run any better? I have no idea. But it sounded cool. Glass pack mufflers have been around for a long time. And what's the purpose of them? Well, it's sound. There's no other reason to put glass packs on there. Now, they're a straight-through design in most cases with a baffled center wrapped in a fiberglass cloth. Now, the baffled center, it has a lot of holes in it. The exhaust coming out of the engine will get trapped somewhat in there. Now, it's a straight-through design, so it flows through pretty freely. But the small holes allow some of that pulsation and sound to be absorbed into the fiberglass, making it quieter or mellower, the sound. Now, the sound will depend on the length of the muffler you choose. Now, glass pack mufflers, in most cases, are a single-piece tubular design. And exhaust size just depends on what they've got and what you're using. But the shorter the muffler, the louder the car will be. I've got, I think, 16-inch glass packs on my coupe. Little 305 V8. It sounds just fine. Not too loud, not too quiet, just enough to make you hear it. Now, those same exhaust pipes, and, well, not the same exhaust pipes, but the same mufflers were on my coupe when I had the Flathead 6. Now, the Flathead 6 was modified. It had a cam, high compression head. It was bored. It had dual carburetors. And there is part of what makes the sound. Your engine is basically a compressor that ignites what it charges in. The more air you get in, the different the sound is going to be. And Dar Hawthorne, yes, exhaust size matters. It does. Well, on the coupe with the 6-cylinder, dual exhaust, a little H-pipe in between, 16-inch glass packs, that thing sounded like a Jag. I loved the sound of my 6-cylinder flathead in my Plymouth coupe. It just got to be a little bit unreliable for the type of driving I was doing, so we changed over to a V8. But I love the sound of the 6-cylinder through a pair of glass packs. Now, there are cars that they call it wrappers. Now, these, when you let off the throttle through the glass packs, they wrap, they pop. The baloney tubes, they call them, nicknames for them, but they have different sizes and pencil tip ends, and it can cause a sound that kind of raps or makes noise as you back off the throttle. Glass packs can be longer, they can be shorter. The longer they are, the more sound they deaden. And they can be within legal limits. My coupe is within legal limits with the 16-inch pipes. I've got dual exhaust and H pipe, and that also helps to mellow the sound out. But the glass pack is a very simple muffler, and that's basically what it is. It takes up a little bit of space. It's probably one of the smallest mufflers diameter-wise than anything else. They're easy to fit underneath there. And David Franklin saying crossover pipes help mellow the sound. Yes, they do. And Phil Hoffman says, hello, good morning to you, Mr. NHRA. All right, so better fuel mileage. Possible, yes, because you've got less restriction in the exhaust system. The exhaust flows freer, frees up a little bit of power, less backup into the engine, and you can get better fuel mileage. However, there's a downside to that. Some engines work better with a bit of back pressure, and because of that, you may release too much back pressure and you will actually lose power. Better tone character without a doubt. I love the sound of glass packs. Now, I've got non-glass packs on a couple of my cars, and I do like the sound from those, but the glass pack themselves, you can't beat the sound. It's been around for decades and decades. Now, like I said, Cherry Bomb says they developed the glass pack in 1968. I had glass packs on cars long before 1968, and they certainly were not Cherry Bombs, although Cherry Bomb is kind of like a common name used for glass pack mufflers. Kind of like when you're cleaning out your ear, what are you using? You're using a Q-tip. You may not be using a cotton swab from the company brand name Q-tip, but they're all called Q-tips. Same thing happens with glass pack mufflers. A lot of people put them out and say, well, it's a Cherry Bomb. Yeah, sure it is, okay. But Cyclone makes them. Thrush makes them. There are so many companies with a glass pack muffler. Are they cheap? You bet. They are one of the most inexpensive mufflers you can buy for a car. And as I said before, they do help the butt dyno aspect of your car with a glass pack muffler. They sound great. They make it feel like you've got more power. You hit the throttle and you have instant response. It may not be much, but you have instant response, and the sound that goes along with it is amazing. And you'll love this, especially when you're going through a tunnel. Now, where I live, there aren't that many tunnels, but there's one on Sepulveda Boulevard as I head down into L.A., and I love the sound of the exhaust going through there. Also, going to LAX, the airport, when you're coming up Sentinella, or not Sentinella, when you come up Sepulveda Boulevard, there's a tunnel area there, and that's a sound testing area. Yeah, you go through any tunnel and you've got a good exhaust, you got to put the pedal to the metal and get the sound out there. That's what glass packs do. They give you that great sound. Now, how do you know what the best glass pack is for your car? Well, the diameter is going to make a difference. The larger the diameter, the freer the flow. It's also going to be a little bit noisier, but you've got to match it to the exhaust pipes on your car. And if you've got headers on your car, you're obviously running a rounder or bigger tube diameter. So you match up the glass pack to that. The amount of available room also makes a big difference. Now, in some cars, you've got limited space. There are many cars where the mufflers were not mounted under the car where the driver compartment is, but rather in the back, behind the gas tank. That's so when you had a leak, they would catch fire a lot easier. But where's the location of your muffler going to be? And that's going to predicate the size of the muffler you use. Now, Cherry Bomb, as I said, probably the most widely known name, and they have all sorts of mufflers. They say only 2.5-inch to 3.5-inch outlets, but I believe there's 2 inches as well. You might check that out. I was just on Summit Racing's website, and for less than $20, you can buy a glass pack muffler for your car, and everyone will weld them on there. Now, notable features of a glass pack, as I said, snug and easy to fit in any engine area or underneath the car. Straight through design, it enhances performance. Yes, it does in the most part. Good morning, Jess. How are you doing there over there in snow country? Relatively lightweight. Now, most glass pack mufflers are steel casing. That in itself does not make them light, but they are lighter than, say, a factory muffler that may be quite large, made out of stainless steel with a lot of baffles inside. They're quite heavy, so in some cases, the glass pack muffler is going to be a little bit lighter. The roaring loud sound. Ah, yes, you can't beat the sound of a glass pack muffler. And in some cases, those companies, like Cherry Bomb, will provide a warranty. Now, Flowtech has what they call Red Hots, and these are also a glass pack muffler, Same basic design and concept. They have a ceramic glassing pack, glass inserts inside there. Yeah, it's hard to say. Good morning, Scott Rattray. And they're suitable for various sizes. Again, they say 2, 2.25 to 2.5 inch sizes. They have a bright, attractive appearance. Okay. Lower pressure resulting in better performance. They're durable. Glass packs are durable. I've had them on my car for almost 20 years now. They still sound great. And although some people say, oh, the glass deteriorates and you got to replace them, they just get louder and they get better. That's all. Reduced temperature under the hood. Theoretically, because the exhaust gas is getting out a little bit quicker. That removes the heat a little bit better. Now, overall summary, they're okay. Now, there's another one, Thrush. They make a round glass pack muffler as well. Similar to everybody else's. They make them in various sizes, solid construction. They have an 8-inch thick shell that is durable and helps the sound. Easy installation. It's a heavy gauge steel construction, maybe a little bit heavier than others, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not measuring them. Improved tone? Yeah, all glass packs do that. Maximum power obtained in a straight-through design? It could be. Now, one of the features that these guys come up with, and that's Thrush, is they have various sizes to help match the car. They go as small as 1 3/4 inch diameter tubing, which is pretty standard on most cars, on many cars today. Good morning, Scott, from Mission Viejo, and Arnoldus. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Thanks for tuning in. So they've got 1 3/4, 2 inch, 2 1/4, 2.5, and 3 inch. They powder coat them for better longevity, or they've got them in polished stainless steel finishes. And they have dual outlet glass packs, so you got a single inlet, dual outlet. It's another company called Jones. They don't paint them. They don't make them look fancy. It's raw steel. You paint it to match what you want. And Jones only has one. It's 23 inches long with a 2 1/4 inch inlet and outlets. They're affordable. They're probably one of the cheapest around because you don't get the frills. You got one size, and they're not powder coated or painted. But they are aluminized, which makes them last a little bit longer. And they also have a reverse flow and standard flow model. I don't know. Megaflow. They've got one, too, that is popular, and it is aluminized steel as well. They're a trusted manufacturer. They make some interesting mufflers as well, but they got into the glass pack business as well. But they've only got one, and it's 30 inches in length. Walker mufflers. Now, Walker's been around for many, many years. They call theirs a resonator, which a lot of companies would add a resonator after a muffler for increased sound control. Okay. Now, they're calling theirs a resonator, not a muffler. Heavy gauge aluminized steel, withstands rusting, corrosion, and high temperatures. It's customizable, they say, to suit your needs. Notable feature? Same thing as everybody else's. Nothing extraordinary there. The cherry bombs, the CSI, they're all about the same. They all fit the same. They all operate the same. Now, always make sure you get the diameter of the exhaust pipe right. Make sure there's enough room under the car. You've got some clearance between the floorboard of your car and your glass pack. Dar Hawthorne says he heard a millennial Barbie exhaust. Yeah. Some people put too big of a muffler on their car, and it'll make a real raspy, hard-sounding noise. And it's flowing through too freely. If there's anything, if there's such a thing as flowing too freely. But they do that, and you get that fart can sound. Not a most amenable sound, although I understand it. So, glass pack mufflers. They've been around for decades upon decades. It is one of the first modifications a true hot rodder does to their vehicle. I've had them on my Volkswagens. I've had them on my Datsuns. Got them on my Coupe right now. And we've got them on my wife's flathead Ford. And I'll tell you what, that flathead V8 with dual carbs, those Edelbrock heads, it sounds sweet through the dual glass pack exhaust. I'm Hot Rod Bob. You've got gas, the morning edition. Thanks for tuning in, and Hopefully, we've exhausted some of your theories on glass pack mufflers. GAAS, the Great American Auto Scene, brought to you by Service Tech Equipment. Service Tech Equipment with all the equipment you need for the shop you've got. Whether it's a home shop or a commercial shop, Service Tech will handle it all. They're in business to help you. They're still going strong even through the pandemic. Check them out. They've got a Facebook page, Service Tech Equipment and Tools. Hi, Raphael. How are you doing this morning? Take care, folks. Have a great day. Again, I'm Hot Rod Bob, and you've got gas, and you are a gasaholic. Thanks for tuning in.